Step right up, folks, and grab a seat at the bar, because we're about to dive into one of the most delightful, groundbreaking westerns Hollywood ever produced. Destry Rides Again, released in 1939 and directed by the sure-handed George Marshall. This isn't your typical dusty shoot-'em-up. It's a hilarious, subversive comedy that pokes fun at every western cliché while delivering real thrills, romance, and some of the catchiest songs this side of the Mississippi. Set in the lawless town of Bottleneck, where the saloon rules and the sheriff's badge is a joke, the story follows mild-mannered Tom Destry Jr., son of a famous lawman who arrives to clean up the place without ever drawing his guns. What follows is a riot of bar fights, card cheats, crooked judges, and one unforgettable cabaret singer who steals every scene she's in. Produced by Joe Pasternak at Universal, the film was a massive hit, reviving Marlene Dietrich's career, cementing James Stewart as a leading man, and blending comedy with drama in a way that influenced everything from Blazing Saddles to Unforgiven. Today in this celebration, perfect for a long, leisurely listen, we'll saddle up with the main credited cast members who made this bottle-smashing classic sparkle. For each, we'll cover their full name, age during that lively 1939 shoot, role, notable awards, career highlights, personal stories, and behind-the-scenes gems from a production famous for its fun atmosphere and real on-set chemistry. Let's start with the queen of the saloon herself, Marlene Dietrich as Frenchie. Marlene Dietrich, born Marie Magdalene Dietrich on December 27, 1901, in Berlin, Germany, and passing May 6, 1992, at age 90, was 37 years old during filming, at the height of her mystique and allure. With her husky voice, arched eyebrows, and fearless sensuality, she was the ultimate screen siren. In Destry Rides Again, Dietrich plays Frenchie, the tough, glamorous saloon singer and girlfriend of crooked boss Kent, who rules Bottleneck with charm and a sharp tongue. From belting out "See What the Boys in the Back Room Will Have" and "You've Got That Look" to epic catfights and eventual redemption, Frenchie is the film's beating heart. This role revived Dietrich's fading Hollywood career after Paramount dropped her. Producer Joe Pasternak fought for her at Universal. Fun fact, Dietrich did her own stunts in the famous brawl with Una Merkel, tearing costumes and getting real scratches. The fight took days and became legendary. She also suggested the songs, drawing from her cabaret roots. Discovered by Joseph von Sternberg for The Blue Angel, 1930, making her international star as Lola Lola, Dietrich's Paramount films like Morocco, 1930, Oscar nom, Shanghai Express, 1932, and The Scarlet Empress, 1934, defined glamour. WWI anti-Nazi work earned her the Medal of Freedom. Golden Globe noms, French Legion of Honor. Later stage shows into her 70s. Married once with daughter Maria Riva. Frenchie remains her most joyful American role, proving she could sing, fight, and steal scenes with the best. James Stewart as Tom Destry Jr. James Stewart, born James Maitland Stewart on May 20, 1908, in Indiana, Pennsylvania, and passing July 2, 1997, at age 89, was 31 years old, fresh off Mr. Smith Goes to Washington and cementing his everyman appeal. In Destry Rides Again, Stewart plays Tom Destry Jr., the soft-spoken deputy who tames Bottleneck with wits, stories, and no guns until necessary. His folksy charm and moral core make Destry iconic. Fun fact, Stewart was nervous about comedy timing but bonded with Dietrich, their chemistry crackles. He improvised the carrot-chewing bit. Stewart's career exploded with You Can't Take It With You, 1938, Mr. Smith, 1939, Oscar nom, WWI Bomber Pilot, Distinguished Flying Cross, post-war masterpieces, It's a Wonderful Life, 1946, Rear Window, 1954, Vertigo, 1958, Anatomy of a Murder, 1959, Oscar nom, won Best Actor Oscar for The Philadelphia Story, 1940. AFI's greatest male star. Married to Gloria for 45 years with 4 children, Destry showcased his versatility, the quiet hero who wins without violence. Mischa Auer as Boris Callahan. Mischa Auer, born Mischa Anskowski on November 17, 1905, in St. Petersburg, Russia, and passing March 5, 1967, at age 61, was 33 years old, a zany character actor with impeccable timing. In Destry Rides Again, Auer plays Boris Callahan, Frenchie's henpecked Russian husband, providing hilarious sidekick relief with malapropisms and hat juggling. Fun fact, Auer ad-libbed much, including the famous hat routine. Auer fled Russia after revolution, vaudeville to films. Oscar nom supporting for My Man Godfrey, 1936 as Carlo. Zany in You Can't Take It With You. No wins but beloved. Married 4 times. Boris his signature comic turn. Charles Winninger as Washington Dimsdale. Charles Winninger, born May 26, 1884, in Athens, Wisconsin, and passing January 27, 1969, at age 84, was 55 years old, a vaudeville veteran. In Destry Rides Again, Winninger plays Wash Dimstill, drunken janitor turned deputy, Destry's loyal sidekick. Fun fact, his redemption mirrors Jude in Rio Bravo. Winninger Captain Henry in Showboat, 1936, Wash is warm everyman. Brian Donlevy as Kent. Brian Donlevy, born February 9, 1901, in Cleveland, and passing April 5, 1972, at age 71, was 38 years old. In Destry Rides Again, Donlevy plays Kent, crooked saloon owner. Fun fact, his tough authority contrasts comedy. Donlevy Oscar nom beau geste, 1939, Kent's solid villain. Alan Jenkins as Gyp Watson. Alan Jenkins, born August 9, 1900, in Staten Island, and passing July 20, 1974, at age 73, was 39 years old. In Destry Rides Again, Jenkins plays Gyp Watson, Kent's dim henchman. Fun fact, his Brooklyn accent comedy gold. Jenkins Warner Bros. Regular, Gyp classic sidekick. Warren Heimer as Bugs Watson. Warren Heimer, born February 25, 1906, in New York, and passing March 25, 1948, at age 42, was 33 years old. In Destry Rides Again, Heimer plays Bugs Watson, tough henchman. Fun fact, his early death tragic. Heimer gangster roles, Bugs typical heavy. Irene Hervey as Janice Tyndall. Irene Hervey, born July 11, 1909, in Venice, California, and passing December 20, 1998, at age 89, was 30 years old. In Destry Rides Again, Hervey plays Janice Tyndall, respectable love interest. Fun fact, her poise contrasts saloon chaos. Hervey in over 80 films, Janice Moral Center. Una Merkel as Lily Bell. Una Merkel, born June 10, 1903, in Covington, Kentucky, and passing January 2, 1986, at age 82, was 36 years old. In Destry Rides Again, Merkel plays Lily Bell, Callahan's jealous wife, epic fight with Frenchie. Fun fact, the brawl was real, bruises and torn clothes. Merkel Oscar nom supporting 42nd Street, 1933, Lily Bell comedy highlight. Billy Gilbert as Loopchuru. Billy Gilbert, born September 12, 1894, in Louisville, and passing September 23, 1971, at age 77, was 45 years old. In Destry Rides Again, Gilbert plays Loopchuru, Frenchie's assistant. Fun fact, his sneezing routine classic. Gilbert Laurel and Hardy, Loopchuru physical comedy. Samuel S. Hines as Judge Slade. Samuel S. Hines, born April 4, 1875, in Brooklyn, and passing October 13, 1948, at age 73, was 64 years old, died before release. In Destry Rides Again, Hines plays Judge Slade, corrupt official. Fun fact, his last role, Hines' It's a Wonderful Life, Slade authority. Jack Carson as Jack Tyndall. Jack Carson, born October 27, 1910, in Manitoba, and passing January 2, 1963, at age 52, was 29 years old. In Destry Rides Again, Carson plays Jack Tyndall, Janice's brother. Fun fact, early supporting. Carson Mildred Pierce, Jack Reliable. Tom Fadden as Lem Claggett. Tom Fadden, born January 6, 1895, in Bayard, Iowa, and passing April 14, 1980, at age 85, was 44 years old. In Destry Rides Again, Fadden plays Lem Claggett, townsman. Fun fact, character specialist. Fadden It's a Wonderful Life, Lem texture. Virginia Brissac as Sophie Claggett. Virginia Brissac, born June 11, 1883, in San Jose, and passing July 26, 1979, at age 96, was 56 years old. In Destry Rides Again, Brissac plays Sophie Claggett, Lem's wife. Fun fact, veteran character. Brissac rebel without a cause, Sophie supporting. Edmund MacDonald as Rockwell. Edmund MacDonald, born May 7, 1908, in Boston, and passing September 2, 1951, at age 43, was 31 years old. In Destry Rides Again, MacDonald plays Rockwell, townsman. Fun fact, early death. MacDonald Detour, Rockwell minor. Lillian Yarbo as Clara. Lillian Yarbo, born March 17, 1905, in Washington, D.C., and passing 1996, was 34 years old. In Destry Rides Again, Yarbo plays Clara maid. Fun fact, trailblazing black actress. Yabo the Great Lie, Clara representation. Joe King as Sheriff Keogh. Joe King, born February 9, 1883, in Austin, Texas, and passing April 11, 1951, at age 68, was 56 years old. In Destry Rides Again, King plays Sheriff Keogh, incompetent lawman. Fun fact, sets up Destry need. King over 300 credits, Keogh comic. Dickie Jones as Claggett Boy. Dickie Jones, born February 25, 1927, in Snyder, Texas, and passing July 7, 2014, at age 87, was 12 years old. In Destry Rides Again, Jones plays Claggett Boy, Sophie and Lem's son. Fun fact, voice of Pinocchio, 1940. Jones' child star, Boy Innocence. As the dust settles in Bottleneck and Destry rides off with Frenchie, leaving Law and Laughter behind, Destry Rides Again reminds us why we love westerns. For the heroes who tame towns with wits, the villains who get their comeuppance, and the songs that linger long after. This brilliant cast turned a genre spoof into timeless joy. Thank you for joining this Saloon celebration. Share your favorite moment below, like, subscribe for more classics. See you in the back room.